Babylon fall. Babylon fall. Babylon fall. Babylon fall. We can see the plagues, we can see the fall, we can see the rise. We can see the truth, we know we the Jews, we can see the lies. Won't let us go, don't let us know, we can see the prize. Trusting in your words, in your mighty hand, one more time. One woe, two woes, three woes. Choose life, don't lose your soul. One woe, two woes, three woes. Choose life, don't lose your soul. One woe, two woes, three woes. Your faith, don't let me go. He lived, he died, he rose. His wind, he bound to blow.
And we've seen these seals opened in rapid fire, and this judgment upon the earth. And the earth or the sea or the trees, until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads.
All the service seals. As I look at the world, I'm watching these prophecies getting real. We seeing pestilence, we seeing wars, he opened the seal. Come back to the covenant, we made a covenant, we made a deal. We made a deal. All the service seals. As I look at the world, I'm watching these prophecies getting real. We seeing pestilence, we seeing wars, he opened the seal. Come back to the covenant, we made a covenant, we made a deal. We made a deal. All the service seals. We seeing wars and pestilence. I got faith, I believe, I got evidence. We convinced, more convinced than we ever been. Get on the ark and do not let the devil in. He opened our eyes, we see the end. We trust in the prophets, not CBN. We walking on living water. Do not get afraid like Peter, you see the wind. Destruction gon' come from the north. The foolish is looking for all. The tares is growing the weak. Messiah gon' come, we gon' see who get tore up. Go get the frankincense, go get the myrrh. But he take a piece away right from the herb. Hold back your wings, seal them first. All your service, all the glory. We give you praise. Y'all are the story. The ancient of days. Give all of the glory. We give you praise. Y'all are the story. The ancient of days. Yeah. As I look at the world, I'm watching these prophecies getting real. We seeing pestilence, we seeing wars, he opened the seal. Come back to the covenant, we made a covenant, we made a deal.
It's gonna be a quick stream today, man. We ain't really doing
service
it was good.
As I look at the world, I'm watching these prophecies getting real.
Shalom, shalom.
We
How you
seeing
doing?
pestilence, we seeing wars, he opened the seal.
Come back to the
covenant, we made a covenant, we made a deal.
We made a deal.
All
the
service
I ain't even got my chat on. I ain't even got my chat on. Hold up. Oh, you know what? I know what chat. I don't even think my live chat is the right link anymore because I just changed some stuff up. I had to make some adjustments. I had to make some game time adjustments, chat. So my chat might not be popping up on the screen anymore. Yo, and I don't even know how to fix it either. I had to go look at that tutorial that I did. You know what I'm saying? I had to go check out the tutorial again and see how I did it. You know what I'm saying? And see how I did it last time. I can't remember how I did it. Hold up. Let me see. Copy. Let me see. Maybe this will work. Chat. If this work, I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? At fixing things on the fly. If this work, I'm gonna go at fixing things. Oh, bro, hold up. We don't want that though. We don't want it looking like that. Hold up, chat. Let's make some game time adjustments. I don't know why they had it like that. I do want it transparent. I like the new emotes. What emotes, chat? Talk to me. What emotes he talking about? I'm not even aware of these emotes he speak of. Okay. See, I want that clear. I want that clear. I don't want it looking like that. I don't want it. I want the transparency again. I don't know what I had to do to. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. All right. So never mind. I figured it out. I figured it out. I think it was compact, right? I wanted it compact default. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, coming from the bottom, because why would we start from the that's just background? Yeah, we don't want none of that. Chat. Wait, hold up. How can I see what it looks like? How can I see what it looks like? All right, chat. It's crazy because we have to make these in-game adjustments like that. It's crazy that we gotta have these in-game adjustments. Okay, there we go. And then the message, we're gonna make the message, yeah, pop out. All right. All right, let me copy that. All right, chat. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look, I promise you, sometimes you be remembering things at the right time. Sometimes you be hearing you be remembering how to do certain things at the right time. Let me copy that again. Paste that again. There we go. And there we go. There we go. We got it back. We got it back. Yeah, hold on. Let me turn the music back on. Let me turn the music back on. Okay, man. We can say okay, we need
I feel like ever since I changed my life, now my family calling me crazy. I gave my life to the Most High who made me. I changed my mind on the things that couldn't save me.
Oh, is those like
on the things that couldn't save me. Since I changed my life, now my family calling me crazy. I gave my life to the Most High who made me. I changed my mind on the things that couldn't save me. Wanna show the world your glory. I'm just trying to make it right.
I actually made some
life was full of sin. I was in the club, chasing the women, and I wasn't trying to repent. Been baptized, but I was a Christian.
I made a couple of. Wait, why am I froze? Am I froze on your screen? All right, chat. Let's refresh. No, I'm trying to. That's crazy, Chad, bro. Look, all of these issues is happening all of a sudden. All of these issues is trying to happen all of a sudden. Now we done got up on the stream. Now everything won't be messed up. Now everything won't be messed up, Chad. Now I'm gonna have to speak my mind. Cause they really get me tight. They really get me tight. They must have seen that I was up on here trying to vent. And if y'all read the title, yeah, they might know what I'm talking about, bro. They might know what I'm trying to get into today. And I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see the strategy that the enemy trying to pull off on. You know what I'm saying? We're not going. Chat, somebody let them know we ain't going for none of that. Not us. Not us. We're not going for none of that today. We're not going for none of that today. Man, I was just sitting up and I was making thumbnails for my, my latest streams and stuff like that, and getting all the thumbnails and all of that stuff together. And I was just sitting here and I'm like, man, I got a little bit of time on my hands. Why not just go ahead and put a stream up? Okay. So this is what we doing today. This is what we getting into today, huh? This is what we getting into today. Y'all gonna keep on trying to freeze my stuff. Y'all want my chat popping up. Okay, I see what's going on. I know what's going on. And the crazy part is, why is it keep freezing? But there's literally no way. Chat, there's literally no way they keep freezing me up like this. There's literally no way they keep freezing me like this. That's crazy, chat. Y'all can hear me good, all right? Y'all can hear me good, all right? Chat. They really man, the enemy, bro, the enemy be hating, yo. The enemy be hating, bro. They don't want no truth coming out. Bro, it's so great because look, it's because the enemy know what's going on and they be trying to stop the movement by any means necessary. I ain't even mentioned the fact that Christmas was a lie yet, but they read the title and they said we're gonna come against them, right? They read the title, said we're gonna come against them because I promise y'all, bro, my camera's been on literally all day. Like I said, I was making thumbnails and everything. Not one time has it froze. I get on stream, all of a sudden it's freezing. Come on, chat, like, come on, bro. But we gonna rebuke those spirits that's trying to intervene. You know how. Wait, hold up, because they be trying to do these little things. They be trying to do these little things on social media, right? And they be trying to get our people to not continue to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? They in hoping that because of the quality of the stream that people would click off of the video, right? That's their hope. They hoping that all, you know what I'm saying, because the quality of the stream isn't to the right standard, right? That people click off the video, they might cut off my stream, right? They might do all of that. And they want to avoid us from having these conversations. They want to do that to avoid us from having these conversations. But the truth of the matter is, it ain't no avoiding it. We're gonna have these conversations, right? And the crazy part is, I was just coming on here to chill. I was just coming on here to vibe. You know what I'm saying? And be at peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? And be at peace. Be with the brethren. You know what I'm saying? And just be chilling. Listen to my music. Ask y'all what y'all got going on in y'all life. You know what I'm saying? You know, have y'all seen any Christmas trees randomly falling down? You know what I'm saying? Breaking all the ornaments. Like I just like little things, little things. But now I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of it's kind of annoying a little bit. It's kind of annoying. Okay, what is these emotes that y'all speak of? Somebody drop the emote. Somebody drop an emote in the chat so I can see what y'all talking about. I actually, whenever we hit the mark where, you know what I'm saying, I can monetize my channel, for sure that can be a thing that we're gonna get into 100%, where we gonna be able to tap in and get emotes and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Super chats, all of that stuff. But we actually very close, if I'm not mistaken. I think we only like 1,000 watch hours away or something like that. Some real something simple like that. A little bit over two. No, it ain't even 1,000. It's 200. A little bit over 200. A little bit under 300, should I say? A little bit under 300 watch hours. You know what I'm saying? Until we monetize. And I'm froze again. Bro. And I'm froze again. Okay, bro. It's weird because like I said, I've never had these problems before. I never had these problems with my cam. Usually it's something else, right? Usually it's something else. I never have a problem with this stuff, But look, man, it's on screen, not the chat. Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about the emote on the chat? Okay, I see what you're saying. On replay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out on replay. I don't know what the emote was. Oh, are you talking about this? Y'all talking about this? Y'all talking about the thumbs up with the subscribe? Is that what y'all speaking of? I'm trying to figure it out myself. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm trying to figure it out myself. You know? No. See, all right, okay. Man, we ain't gonna worry about it. All right, man. So look, y'all know what today is, and y'all know I I said that I was gonna be giving y'all a stream. Speaking of these things, but instead I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna be making a video soon about the deceptions of this holiday, right? Okay. Oh, y'all can press it on your screen. That's different. See that? Look, I'm trying to tell y'all be knowing some stuff, man. This must be some new stuff. Instagram, I mean, YouTube got going on. Got to be something new. But look, yeah, y'all know the situation. You know what I'm saying with Nimrod Day. I call it Nimrod Day because ultimately that's really what our people be serving on this day. You know what I'm saying? They be celebrating the birth of Nimrod and Tammuz, right? Um, and I guess I can give y'all a little bit of the information that I'm gonna be bringing out in the video, hopefully, very soon. So, you know, as y'all all know, everybody always say, "Well, what does a Christmas tree have to do with the Messiah?" Because they always try to claim this day to be the birth of our Messiah, right? And it has no correlation. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It's not. There's no scripture to prove that he was born in any time in that area, right? But this one too. Wait. Oh, okay. So hearts. See, I knew nothing about these things. I knew nothing about these things. There's some new stuff. Y'all getting me hip. Facebook is actually getting. It's actually getting legit. It looked like. I said Facebook. YouTube is actually getting legit. They've been putting a lot of new things on here. Low key, I'm sitting here looking at the stream quality, and if this is 720p, my goodness, my goodness, this is a great camera because I can see it all. I can see it all, chat. Whew. But yeah, but everybody thinks that today is the Messiah's birthday when it has nothing to do, no correlation with it, you know. And this tree that everybody's putting up in their house, they don't understand that it's a lot more to the tree. It's a lot more to these decorations. It's a lot more to the presents that y'all putting under this tree than just, oh, this is a day for the kids, and oh, this is, bruh. It goes into all types of paganism. It goes into all type of witchcraft. Yes, I said it, witchcraft. Yeah, yawns are contagious. My bad. You know what I'm saying? It goes into all types of idolatry that we as a people will say we don't fall and we don't put ourselves in, and we say, oh well, we know that it's not his birthday, but you can celebrate Christ every day. You ain't putting a tree up every day. You ain't even making a live every day talking about it. You're not even, you know what I mean? You're not even having a conversation every day talking about the goodness, right? Because that's what they go into a lot of the times, the goodness of Christ. They don't have these conversations throughout the year, right? Oh, well, you can celebrate it every day. So if that's the case, then why aren't y'all doing the same thing that y'all do on December 25th? Why aren't y'all doing that every day, all year round? Why? Because it's a custom, right? and the customs of the heathen are vain, like the scriptures tell us, right? Actually, it tells us specifically in Jeremiah 10, the customs of the heathen are vain. One cuts a tree out of the forest, right? The work of the workman with an axe, he deck it with silver and gold. It literally says to a T what we do as far as the custom of the heathen to quote unquote honor Christ. But the Bible say is that we're not supposed to do these things. So why are we so hooked on doing them? What is, you gotta think about it. Our parents always tell our kids, don't lie, right? Yet we sit here and we lie to our kids knowing the truth, right? And you, if you ever notice with a lot of these holidays, they is rooted in hypocrisy, right? It's rooted in hypocrisy and it's rooted in lies. That's why it says in the scriptures about us living like we trust in lies. We'd rather trust in lies than in the truth. We'd rather believe a lie, and follow and continue in that lie rather than following the truth. You tell somebody to keep the or should we keep the Passover? Oh, well, we ain't really got to do that anymore, right? But December 25th, which is a lie, you keep that wholeheartedly. That's not Christ-like. Christ didn't celebrate these days, but the days that he did celebrate, we shun. We say we don't have to do that no more, or nobody can keep all of these laws. How many people you ever heard say, "Oh no, we can't keep Christmas. We can't keep all of that stuff, those customs"? Nobody's ever said that to anybody. They shut down the city. I was talking to a brother the other day. They shut down the whole city where you can't even go and buy and sell on this day, when this is supposed to be happening every week. This is supposed to be happening every week. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to happen every week where the city looks like this. The city looks like nobody's out here lingering around. The gates are shut. Right? It's called the Sabbath day. Nobody can keep those. That's what they're going to say. Nobody can keep those laws, but y'all do it on December 25th. Why do our people wish to celebrate all of the pagan customs and still claim to be a follower of the Bible? Still claim to be a follower of Christ? Why do we do these things? It would be more understandable if we just be honest with ourselves and say, hey, man, we don't believe that Bible like we should. You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, we don't believe that Bible at all for a lot of the people, right? But instead, we cling on to the Bible as a excuse for why we do these things, even though the Bible tells us specifically not to do it. Specifically, in the scriptures, it tells us, do not follow after customs of the heathen. Do not put this tree up. Do not decorate it with silver and gold. That's what it says. Do not decorate it with silver and gold. And we're going to do it. Why? Because we rather follow the traditions of man rather than the traditions of God. Let's be honest with ourselves right now. If you choose to serve God truly, and God tells you to do one thing, but you go against it and then do something completely against what he tells you to do, you don't serve God. You don't. Right? And you, as much as you want to believe it, that's why you got to think about it. Why do you think when Christ returns, he's going to be telling people, Depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. What is iniquity? Iniquity is sin. What is sin? Breaking the laws, breaking the commandments. God commanded us not to put a tree up. God commanded us not to decorate it with silver and gold. God commanded us not to do as the way of the heathens. But when Christ returns and he says, depart from me, you worker of iniquity, don't look shocked. Don't act like you never heard this stuff before. Right? Because if you believed in God, then you would do what God says. It's that simple. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard, but guess what? What's the issue? We have cares of the world. We have cares of this world in us. We care about what people think of us. We care about how people gonna perceive us because we don't partake in the customs of the heathen, right? That's what we do, right? But if we knew that that tree was in representation of a god named Tammuz and a god named Nimrod, which were also the people that a lot of people don't realize is quote unquote the sun gods that people worship now to this day anyways, they would realize that if you just do a little bit of research, if you just do a little bit of looking into the past of these things and these customs and why we even practice them in the first place, it was a belief that the tree, which at the time was a palm tree, that's why in Jeremiah 10 it speaks about the palm tree. It was a belief in the Babylonians' customs that when Nimrod passed away, he became a tree. He became a tree, right? And then once Tammuz died, right, what they did was they cut down the tree as a symbolic of this one God dying and then the other God being resurrected, right? So they cut this tree out of the forest, just like I said in Jeremiah 10. They cut this tree out of the forest and they leave that tree stump. The tree stump is supposed to be a representation of Nimrod. The tree that they about to fasten in their house is supposed to be a representation of Tammuz, his son. Or so they say is his son, but we all know if you look up the history, he didn't even sleep with his. The whole situation is disgusting, bro. Right? And this is what we follow, though. This is what we practicing, unknowingly or knowingly. This is what we practicing, right? And guess what we do with Tammuz? We put Tammuz in the middle of our living room, right? Middle of our living room. Then we go and we hide presents underneath him, because that's what it's all representation of. We gifting this tree presents, right? Right. But what we also don't realize is when we put these gifts under the tree, what do all of the people that's supposed to be getting these gifts, what do they all go and do with this tree? Right? They all go and they get on their knees and they go grab all of their presents from underneath this tree. Right? Not realizing that in the midst of doing that, they're bowing themselves down to this tree. It's all pagan ritual. It's all pagan ideology. We might looking at it as a small thing. We might be looking at it as a small thing, but the heathens, oh, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing with this symbolism that we practice in earnestly. without having no knowledge of what's going on in this world. Right? So we go and we bow ourselves down to this tree. Now, in the history, you look up the history of the gift giving, right? If you look up the history of the gift giving, one thing that was told was that if you didn't present the God with a gift, right, that you would be killed, right? But it's not, you wouldn't be killed by the people. The myth is that the tree would come alive that night and slay everybody that did not gift the tree. That everybody that did not gift the tree, right? So that's why when you read in Jeremiah, it says, don't be afraid, for they need to be born. Speaking about the tree, that we're not supposed to be afraid of the tree because it need to be born. Why would we be afraid? Like, just honestly think about it. Why would God say, don't be afraid of the tree? Why would he say that? There's no reason for him to say, like, you know what I mean? Like, why would we have a fear of a tree? It doesn't even make sense. But the issue is a lot of our people don't realize that that tree represented that sun god, Nimrod. That's what it was. That's what it represented the whole time. So we going and we celebrating these holidays, and we not even realizing that we partaking in these satanic rituals to serve other gods. Meanwhile, we trying to mask it as the birth of Christ. You know what I'm saying? As the birth of the Messiah, and we have no understanding of what we're talking about. We have no understanding of what we're talking about. So the issues that, like, and then that's, to be honest with you, that's not even the craziest part of it, because our people was afraid during that time. Our people was afraid that they was gonna get killed if they did not gift this God a tree. I mean, gift this God a gift. You know what I'm saying? Underneath this tree, they was afraid of it because they was going out and killing. Now, for the ones that have, that do, good readings and stuff like that, y'all may have read Bell and the Dragon, right? Wish I had my apocrypha with me right now. But if you read in the apocrypha about Bell and the Dragon, it speaks about it was a god that they all worshipped, and they was putting food at the god's feet, and everybody would leave, and then the food would disappear as if the god had eaten the food, right? But then I think it was Daniel, he ended up catching what happened. He ended up catching what ended up happening when everybody disappeared. So everybody was fearful and afraid, and they was gifting this god food, right? They was gifting this god food, and because the food would always come up missing, right? And they caught one of the servants, one of the guys, right, entering into like a back doorway to take the food, right? So while the rest of the nation seen these things and believed in it wholeheartedly and was following it because they were afraid, meanwhile, it was just people deceiving the people, right? And this is the exact same way when those people was going out, or when the tree wasn't getting gifted anything, and the quote unquote tree would come alive and kill these people, I'm guaranteeing you it was other servants that was going to slay these people for not gifting these gifts. And then they just said that the tree did it. You see what I'm saying? And they say that the tree did it. Now I have a question, Chad, because this is what I found interesting as far as the spiritual goes. When we was in the world and we was doing these customs, right? A lot of times people are afraid to have nothing to put under that tree for people, right? Because of the backlash that might come behind it and all of these things. But they don't even realize that subconsciously in their spirit, they're afraid. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid of the customs of old. You know what I'm saying? Some people won't even show up to the event because they don't want to feel like the only person that didn't bring anything. Just like they did back in those times. Right? Bro, I'm telling you, these laws that the Most High gave us are highly spiritual. They're highly spiritual, and they all play a part in this belief that we all follow. Now, another thing that I came across as far as understanding that sparked some interest was the fact that remember we was talking about the tree being cut up out of the forest, and then they put the small tree of Tammuz in the homes, right? And then they keep the log of Tammuz, right? Or not Tammuz, of Nimrod. They keep the stump, that's what it's called. The stump of Nimrod, right? But what I come to find out doing research, finding different books, different sources, right? And we won't go into all of that stuff when I actually have a deep dive in the lesson and actually show y'all the history instead of just speaking it to y'all. Because some people just think that I'm speaking out of my own mouth. No, this is all historical, all historical, that you can look up and you can see that these people were doing these things. But they say that the stump that was supposed to be in representation of Nimrod, after it gets cut, they take that same stump and they chop it up, right? They chop it up and they make logs out of it, right? And this is where you get the Yule log and the burning of the Yule log. The Yule log is supposed to be a representation of the death of Nimrod and the resurrection of Tammuz. That's what all of this stuff represents. So how how they uh uh chestnuts on an open fire, they have you sitting around a fireplace, hot cocoa in hand, all of that stuff. All of the customs of the heathen are vain. All of them. They're all vain. We don't realize that all of these things in the Bible, that it says, we reading it and we seeing it at face value because we really don't know the history behind it. But when you place the history behind what was going on, it starts to make more sense. Jeremiah 10:1, right? Or Jeremiah 10:2. It says, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathens, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So we always use this scripture and we talk about like the zodiac signs. We talk about them worshiping, all of this stuff, right? But during Jeremiah's time, it was a specific reason why God said Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Why was that? Because Nimrod, right, was titled the sun god. People were fearing this tree because they thought that this was a god in the place of a tree, the sun god. So when he said, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, because people were terrified that Nimrod, the sun god, was going to do things. And God was trying to assure our people through Jeremiah that these things are nothing more than illusions and illusions and what's the word, chat? What's the word? Deceptions. You know what I'm saying? They were deceiving our people to believe and to think. Remember, the scripture says, how a man thinketh, so is he. First of all, that's one great scripture, right? But then it's another one that says, because they did not trust in the truth, therefore they believe a lie. If you start believing that the sun god is going to attack you, the Most High will send you this strong delusion. Now you're so fearful. Now you are looking at your life completely different than what you probably would have been looking at if you would have been serving the Most High. I'm not afraid of a tree coming out of, you know what I mean? I'm not afraid of a tree coming to life and attacking me in my sleep because I don't put gifts under there. I don't have a tree in my house. You know what I'm saying? I don't have presents. We don't do any of those customs. But I'll tell you what we did do. We just kept the Feast of Dedication, which is written in the Bible to keep, that God ordained, that God set apart and created and made holy from all the other days. But I don't partake in the worshiping of another God. Regardless if they want to spin it and say that it's a birthday of our Messiah, regardless if they want to spin it and say, oh, well, he is the reason for the season. We don't believe in that. Right? Because guess what? That same God that is quote unquote the reason for the season is truly the reason for the season. It's the reason for the season. Paganism, idolatry is the reason for the season. Sacrifice is the reason for the season. Right? We have to understand and learn these things, bro. We can't just be following the masses blind. And that's why he says the sheep of my pasture is leading the sheep straight into the slaughter. When Christ come back and say, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity, and you say, well, I kept your birthday holy. He gonna say, have you not read Jeremiah? When you was practicing all of these customs that we've told you from the beginning not to keep. How could you say you worship me? How? We told you from the beginning, Jeremiah's time. We told you from the beginning. How could you say that you love God and keep nothing that he commanded you? I commanded you not to do this thing. And then also in the scriptures. Come on. Get this connection right. Get this connection right. Get this connection right, because we don't never have these problems. Start spitting facts. And then all of a sudden we ain't got no connection. Bruh. If y'all don't see the distractions that try to come through our enemies, then y'all are obviously not paying attention. Chad, if you ever notice, every time we try to have one of these dialogues, these conversations that's bringing out the truth, the connection problem just always seems to happen. The camera just always seems to freeze. Spiritual attacks. The spiritual attacks is this is them. This is the other nations trying to distract you. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual trying to distract you from hearing this truth and coming back to the Father. Don't get swayed. Don't get swayed. You know what I'm saying? Don't get swayed because the connection problem is the issue. I know my connection ain't an issue. I know it's not. But I know that these spiritual attacks is going to keep on happening if I'm speaking what I'm speaking. The scriptures say there's going to be a time where you won't be able to hear the prophets. You ain't going to be able to hear this word. And they're trying to do the best job that they can for us not to hear the word. It's just that simple. It's going to come a time where they're going to start cutting us. I'm surprised that the stream hasn't ended yet. Look, bro, if you still in the stream right now and you hear it, send first like the video. You know what I'm saying? Because this is probably the message from the Most High straight to you. But also, you know what I'm saying? Share this. Connection problems and all, because this is something, like I said, that everybody that we need to hear. So share the video if you can. Don't let the enemy distract you and try to pull you from the scriptures, pull you from the truth. If I was out here, TD Jake in it right now, if I was out here Joel Osteen in it right now, the connection would be 100% clear and perfect. If I was telling y'all, oh, it's okay to celebrate this, it's okay to do that, right? We would have not a single issue with our connection. Not one. We wouldn't have a single issue with the connection. No, not one. Bro, look, I started realizing that once you start speaking this truth, it ain't much that they can do outside of trying to distract the masses from listening. What's that, Mark? 4:14 and 15. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and you teach the people, and then you got the people by the wayside. See, look, now I have connection, but my cam is freezing again. You see what I'm saying? They want to distract. They want to distract the movement from happening. As long as they can keep us distracted, as long as they can keep us from listening, giving them an ear to this truth, as long as they can do that, they've done their part. Right? As long as they can pull some people away from this stream right here, from hearing what I'm speaking about, because they know it's the truth, as long as they can do that, we don't have no problem. We don't have no problem. Right. Mark 4:15, it says, and these are they that were by the wayside, where the word was sown. Right now, yeah, is sowing the word to y'all, giving y'all the understanding of why we should not be practicing these holidays, right? Why we shouldn't be practicing what they call Christmas, right? So I'm out here trying to sow the word to y'all, but it says, but when they have heard, which is the people by the wayside, the people that's sitting here listening, when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and take away the word that was sown in their hearts. Oh, I'm gonna cut his stream off. Oh, I'm gonna stop them from seeing him. I'm gonna freeze his camera, right? I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cut off his audio. I'm gonna make the stream be choppy so they can't hear every single piece of the word that's coming out. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to distract these people. Bro, it was a point in the stream where we had almost 20 people watching live. We down to 7. We down to 7. So you can't tell me that this is not prophecy. This is not what goes on. Back to what I was saying, man. Back to what I was saying. Look, and you notice that I haven't had a cutout. My camera stopped freezing, and it's all because Satan came and he done what he had to do. That's why I said share the stream. Share the stream. Let's get the numbers right back up, because they're going to continue to do this. They're going to continue to do this if they see that our people are not going to support it. If they can just pull our ear for 2 seconds and get us away from hearing this truth, that's what they're gonna do. And you know what I'm saying? And it happens every time when we speaking about some facts. It happens every time when we speaking about some facts, how all of a sudden my numbers dropping. Now, see, this is the thing, and I think that, you know what I'm saying, call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever. Can't, whatever. But I think that when I be streaming, right, now they don't understand that, oh, that, you know, when they cut my stream, they understand that now, right? And they see that they ain't really gonna matter, because we're just gonna pop one back up and I'm gonna continue to talk about what I'm talking about, right? But now they're like, oh, okay, let me just make a stream choppy. Let me just make the stream choppy. Let me just stop the conversation from happening. Let me just freeze the screen. You look, bro. Now I'm speaking the truth. You see me in a standstill pose right here. I'm telling you, bro, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. But we're gonna continue to talk about it. Now they ain't even pulling my camera up at all. That's crazy. That's crazy. So back to what I was saying, man, about this day. Because it's more things. So yeah, we got into the log. We got into the presence, the representation of the presence, right? We got into, you know what I'm saying, the decking of the tree, because they was doing the decorations to symbolize, and you know what I mean, them being their God as well. It's almost like gifting. It's almost like when they gift jewels and stuff like that. That's why they talk about silver and gold, deck it with silver and gold. Come on, bro. They didn't say deck it with red and blue. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say deck it with purple and you know what I'm saying, green. They didn't say none of that. Silver and gold, right? They put some colors to it nowadays because they wanted to appeal, you know what I'm saying, appeal to the kids. They wanted to appeal to the kids, so they picked the red and the green and all of that good stuff. But it's still the same custom, man. Regardless of what color you put on it, regardless of the way that you try to spin it, still the same thing. You can put the blue ornaments on the tree, still the same thing, right? All of these things is all pagan in nature, all Babylonian in nature. it's so crazy how it should be like a simple thing for our people to understand that we have to stop doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to stop. Your kids will be fine if you stop doing this. Spoiled or not, your kids will be fine if you stop doing this. Your family will be fine if you stop doing this. Your mom and your pops, they will be fine if you stop doing it. You're not missing anything. You're not missing anything at all. But the truth is, somebody has to stop what they're doing and be the example. Or you could be the sheep that's led to the slaughter. You be the sheep that's led to the slaughter. Ain't no problem with that. Ain't no problem with that. So I was reading, and I'm just and it's just so crazy. I'm reading in Baruch. And and in Baruch, they have a header called the letter of Jeremiah. So I said, oh snap, Jeremiah wrote something in the Apocrypha. Let me check it out. All right, let me check out. Let's see what he talking about. And I came across this last, you know what I'm saying, last year around this time, I came across this scripture. It was right before dedication, like a couple days before we practiced, and we kept dedication. And I'm reading in the letter of Jeremiah, and Jeremiah is talking about our people with the tree again, right? He's speaking about the tree. A lot of people don't know that it talks about Christmas in Baruch. It talked about the tree, but then it said that they bake cakes, right? They bake certain cakes. If I'm not mistaken. I wish I had the scripture on me right now. And like I said, I'm gonna get into the like right into it when we do a video. Hopefully, we can get that done in the next couple of days. I know tomorrow is Truth Music Monday, so we're gonna be tapped in Truth Music Monday, but maybe we can do it Tuesday or Thursday, one of those days. It'll be before the end of December for sure, right? But what was crazy about it was it was speaking about the cakes, right? And I'm thinking like, what cakes do they have during Christmas, right? And the cakes that they have, you probably the first thing y'all probably think is fruit cakes, because that's what I was thinking at first. But did y'all know that hot cross buns is a custom of the heathen? I was looking into it and I was like, okay. And I'm like, all right, so it gotta be some type of bread. Because I don't think it said cakes, it might have said bread. It might have said bread in the scripture. And I'm like, whoa, what is it? What is it talking about? Let me see if I can pull it up now, because now I'm kind of curious. Jeremiah, letter of Jeremiah. How you spell Baruch, y'all? Is it? No, I don't think I spelled it right. There it is. I found it. Letter Baruch. Okay. Right. Okay. See if I can find it real quick for y'all. And I'm sitting here and I'm just reading all of these things and I'm like, whoa, like, how is all of these things not known of? You know what I mean? All you got to do is just do a little bit of reading. Just got to do a little bit of reading. Little bit of reading. And what it was what it was talking about, it was talking about them, the serving of the god, like serving the other gods, and you know what I'm saying, like getting in detail about um the celebration. And it was like, I would implore all of y'all to, you know, go and give it a read whenever y'all get whenever y'all get some time on your hands. They even talk about the ornaments. You know what I'm saying? The crowns on their head, and made ornaments, right, for the gods. All of this stuff, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, whoa. Uh, verse 10 says, or even some of it to be prostitute on the terror. Wait, hold up. It says they deck their gods out with garments like humans. They deck their gods out like garments for humans, right? They're gods of silver and of gold and of wood. Like, so it's talking about all of the customs. I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, and remind you, this is during the time of all this stuff that was going on. And I'm just like, how have nobody made the correlation between these scriptures? Obviously it's Jeremiah, so during that time. But it really speaks about this stuff. Likewise, okay. I'm gonna have to, like I said, I'm gonna have to find it. I got it highlighted in my apocrypha. I got it highlighted in my apocrypha, but it like I said, it goes into a lot of these things that we don't really realize. And then when you start reading about it, as far as like the history books and, you know what I'm saying, certain things like that, you start seeing the correlations of what the scriptures are saying. And you're like, oh wow. So they were afraid of the tree because the tree was supposedly the god that they were so dismayed at, right? Oh, they decked it with silver and gold. Oh, they was decking it because they was trying to deck out the gods like a human, trying to get them looking all nice like a human. Oh wow, okay, so they got the Yule log. The Yule log is a part of the customs of them symbolizing who God they truly believe in. You see what I'm saying? All of these things. What the scripture says, it's nothing new under the sun. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. They think that all of this stuff is new. No. No. All of these things has been here before. We just haven't made the proper correlations between the two. We just not have to made the proper correlations between the two, right? And then that's another thing that y'all also have to remember too. Nimrod was the god of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Babylon, but they all believed and served Nimrod. Nimrod was the first god of the Babylonian Empire. You know what I'm saying? Who truly is everybody else's god of the other nations. Common and harlot, the garment, but exactly. And it got so many things up in there. It got so many scriptures up in there. Where it is just flat out. Like go to verse 7. Go to verse 7. It says, their tongues are smooth smoothed by the carpenter. So It says their tongues is moved by the carpenter, and they themselves are overlaid with silver and gold, but they are false and cannot speak. Right? They can't speak. They might have a tongue because they was carving out the gods during this time too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he might have a tongue on his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But he can't say anything. He can't say anything. So it's, bruh, I'm telling you, all of these things, bruh, all of these things have correlations to the the history that we all want to ignore. We say that, oh, this is for our God, right? They say that this is for our God, but it's not. They say that this is for our Messiah, but it's not. This is not our season. I don't know who told y'all. Well, I know who told y'all that, the devil. And we, children of the devil, gonna listen to the devil. We need to be children of God. We need to stand on what God said. We need to believe and trust in what God said. He said, don't do it. That's what he said. He told us not to do it. Not me. Not, you know what I'm saying, nobody in the chat. Not the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Not any of us. They didn't, we all used to practice the same custom. We all used to practice the same custom, unless, you know what I'm saying, you've been knowing that you was Israel from the jump. But if that's the case, then your mom and your daddy might have, you know what I'm saying, or their mother and their father may have. But sometime throughout our generations, we used to practice these same customs. But when you know better, you do better, right? Paul was persecuting the church, but when he came to the understanding of Christ, he stopped. He didn't keep on saying it, well, oh, this is what God wants, and and making excuses. He not doing that. He did what he had to do. You don't think that all of those people that was walking with Paul hated Paul when he changed and started walking for Christ? You don't think so? They must have. It's like he just switched to the other side. And that's what a lot of our people are afraid of. A lot of our people are afraid of being looked at as the enemy. Sometimes you got to be looked at as the enemy, you know what I'm saying, rather than being an enemy towards yourself. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes you might have to be looked at and viewed as the enemy instead of being an enemy towards yourself, because guess what? The wages of sin is death. And when Christ come back and say, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity, there ain't no excuse for that. It's not. Right? And then a lot of the people that's gonna be getting told, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. He says, oh, well, have we not prophesied in your name? Did we not say you were the reason for the season? Right? Have we not casted out devils? Was we not up in the church? Were we not out in the streets teaching your word? Putting hands on people and healing them from their sicknesses? Were we not doing all of that stuff? Right? And he's still gonna say, depart from me, I never knew you. How could he? And that's the thing, like, we really have to be mindful of the things that we thinking and saying, because it's like, how could he say, I never knew you, if you was doing so many things in his name? And if it wasn't in his name, then whose name was it in? And this is what we've been trying to tell y'all. Hopefully this is clicking for somebody. This is what we've been trying to tell y'all. It says that many gonna come and say that they did it and say that they are Christ and deceive many. So that means that somebody's going to believe that they worshiping the true Messiah, and they're going to be teaching a lie, and they're going to believe wholeheartedly in that lie. But guess what? If you continue to believe in that lie, then that strong delusion will come upon you. If you continue to believe in that lie, you will hear the words, "Depart from me, you worker of iniquity." You know what I'm saying? I pray that this is an edifying vent and conversation for some of our people. Unfortunately, I have, had my time, you know what I mean? I gotta get ready to get with some brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be getting into some scripts, eating good, and you know what I'm saying, just chilling. Just chilling. But man, keep these things on your mind. Continue learning. You know what I'm saying? Continue fighting against the evil of this world, because we in a time where we don't have much time to be playing with God and trying to figure out what we're gonna do with our life. We ain't got much time to be trying to figure all of these things out. It's either we're going to do it, or we're going to get persecuted when he returns. We gotta let go of these things. We gotta let go of these things. And like I said, I was getting up on here, I was just trying to chill. I wasn't even about to rebuke this hot, this holiday. I wasn't even about to get up on here and be on that type of time. And I was gonna say a little bit, say my piece a little bit, but y'all are we already had got off on the wrong foot. As soon as we got up on here, I'm getting spiritual attacks. So now I gotta rebuke some of y'all demons, because y'all need to hear it. So I appreciate everybody that, stayed in here, you know what I mean, up in the chat. If y'all still up in here, drop a shalom. You know what I'm saying? We about to be up out of here. I love y'all again. Tomorrow is Truth Music Monday. So, you know what I'm saying? We about to be listening to all the firest tracks, all the hottest, music throughout Israel. The last couple Truth Music Monday has been crazy. So look, man, for sure send them links through in the Discord and all of that good stuff. You have a site, you got these scriptures on. So I can. Okay, no, I don't have a site per se that I have all of these scriptures on, but like I said, I was gonna be doing a video on it, and I'll have all of the scriptures. I have all of the scriptures up on that video. I'm gonna make sure I thoroughly edit it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm bringing out every little piece of detail for our people, because a lot of people think that they don't believe that this thing is as bad as what it truly is. They just think that, oh, this is just another day. No, it's a lot of witchcraft. It's a lot of you know what I'm saying, sacrificing to other gods on this day. We don't realize it. It's a lot of worshiping other gods on this day that we don't realize. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, if so, I can do Discord. Oh yeah, but yeah, send the Yanika, send the link, you know what I'm saying, so you can have it. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm debating on if I want to drop it on this channel, if I want to make that like one of my first videos on the second channel. Because the second channel is gonna be more so for edification. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be breaking down scriptures and all of that stuff too. So I'm just trying to figure that thing out. But it'll probably start off on here, and then later I'll start sending people over to my other channel where I'm gonna be doing Bible breakdowns, having conversations about keeping the law, certain laws, like specifically, like yesterday for Sabbath, I had a lesson on fornication. You know what I'm saying? But I like to target the laws and the commandments for real. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is. It is because I'm seeing it here, but then it ain't popping up on there until like afterwards. So just a little bit. But yeah, man, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, bro, that we could that we'll be talking about. Like I said, I'm gonna get more into the laws. I'm gonna be breaking down some of these holidays. I'm gonna be having full on conversations. I hope to get people actually in there to have like certain discussions about scriptures. I might break down like certain stories, talk about certain stories in more detail. So that's the plan for the other channel, and hopefully the Most High make it prosperous, you know what I'm saying, to our people, so where they can, come in, be edified, you know what I'm saying, and we enjoy and have a good time.
You believe my stuff.
All right. You want to say shalom to the people?
Yeah.
All right. Tell the people we'll say shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Where Eliah go?
He's in the room.
Ellie.
Come here. Let's see your cousin.
He said, let's see your cousins. It's your brethren. It's your brethren.
Let's see your brother.
Yeah, this is your people. This Israel.
Huh? I just sit in my lap.
No, it's Eliah. Like Eliyah.
Oh yeah. That's
Eliyah. It was actually I found that name in this Bible.
Bible?
Yeah, in the Bible. It was a Gadite. It was somebody from the tribe of Gad that had that name, and like I was chilling at work, and as I was listening to the scriptures, I'm like, oh, that's nice, bro. That's nice. And the name just stuck with me. So
oh no, I just sit on my lap.
well, I'm about to get off. So all right, man. Like I said, appreciate y'all joining in. We're gonna go ahead and throw some music up on here. Is there any suggestions? Otherwise, I'm gonna be dropping. I'm gonna just throw anybody on here. I have a brother named Elian. 6 right now. All phrases. How old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
He's 4 years old. So.
I'm to push the food.
What you
No.
want? You wanna do the sound bar?
Hmm?
You wanna do the sound bar? What's your favorite sound?
What?
This boy, he love that sound. He used to love that sound.
The letters. Or
Letters.
numbers.
No, that's something else. This ain't your normal alphabet, bruh. Where you about to just be playing the alphabet on there. That's
Hey.
not what that's for.
You push that.
Press it. All right, what you trying to press?
That.
What?
That.
No, because that means you gonna stop the recording. I mean, I guess you can, but I wouldn't do it right now.
But it was a
I'll let you know when to press it, okay?
A bit.
All right, you going back to the soundboard? You going back to the soundboard?
No. How to push that?
Shalom. What? Go back. Go to it then. I mean, you ain't gonna see nothing else.
But we have this and this. Oh, it's rocket.
A rocket ship. I don't even know. To be honest with you, I don't even know what that rocket ship does. I honestly couldn't even tell you what that rocket ship does.
It's because zoom.
All right, man. We up out of here. We'll play this.
Yeah, Israel just come back home. Israel just come back home. Yeah. Israel Israel, just come back home. Come back where you belong. Israel.
Nope. Brothers running, they cannot see. They don't believe. Save our people from misery. Break our chains so we can be free. Israel. You can't hide. Nope. Israel, come back home.
Yeah, what's up, man? So much fun, man, with this little soundboard.
Israel, come back home.
Alright, man. I love y'all. Okay. I think did you end it?
Yeah, come on back, yeah. Creation waiting on the manifestation of the sons of God. Kill that foolish pride that remain inside. Come before a fall, but it's time to rise up. Redemption draw near, I can get your eyes up. Players all around, do you hear the sounds of wailing explosions? Don't be scared, Israel stay focused. Have hope and don't remain hopeless. The flood won't come near us because the world swallowed up the ocean. Yeah. Revelation 12. God's giving us heaven because we've been through hell. Yeah. God's giving us knowledge so that we can excel. Yeah, and at the end of it all, Coach TV gon' prevail. Yeah, we got on our side, we will never fail. Fulfilling his commandments and we gon' break the spell. Time for us to go home at the hotel. When we leave, it's goodbye and farewell.
Israel, Israel, come back home. Israel, come on. Israel, come back home. Israel, come back home. Father, we need you beside us. Father, we need you behind us. Father, we need your guidance. Father, we need you beside us. Father, we need you behind us.
Hi, Shalom from Israel. This is Ola, the daughter of Jethro. And I just heard that you black people that was stolen from Africa to America, that you don't know who you are. But you are the children of Yahweh, the children of Israel. And I'm telling you, you have to come back to your homeland, here to Zion, to